I love fan games. It's always interesting to see developers take something they love and put their own spin on it. For example, a lot of great Sonic fan games have come out of the community because of the passion and love fans have for the franchise. It's evident when old Sonic games get entirely remade by fans, or even when new ideas spawn original Sonic fan games. But there's something I love significantly more than fan games, and you should too, which are original IPs. With technology and information becoming more accessible with each passing year, artists and creators are able to realize their creative visions. Movies are no longer made by just Hollywood, and video games are no longer just made by multi-million-dollar studios. We've entered the era of independent development. Regular people like you and I can bring to life these exciting ideas that live inside of our heads, something that wasn't always possible, or at the very least easy to do. Now, by no means is it easy to do today, but it has gotten easier. Lots of incredible media has been birthed by lesser known folks because of the accessibility of these powerful tools that allows us to make our dreams a reality. A game called Advent Neon is a prime example of this. Inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog, Dragon Ball Z, and Mega Man, the demo to this upcoming indie game was very difficult for me to put down. It very much felt like playing a 2D Sonic game with intense combat, like a 2D Sonic Frontiers maybe. The core of the game has you going through levels at high speeds with fast-paced combat and platforming that really tests your reflexes. If you played the indie game Spark the Electric Jester, you'll feel right at home with Advent Neon. The game even has a parry feature that feels similar to Spark, and this is in no way a bad thing. Similar to how you instinctively press the A button to jump, the controls feel natural and snappy here. In fact, snappy is the best way I'd describe the game as a whole. It feels really good to pick up and play, and gets even better the more time you spend with it. I found myself randomly thinking about the game when I wasn't playing it, and it's definitely arcade-like in the sense that you can pick it up and play it at any time. You can play it for 5 minutes, or play the demo all the way through. It's addicting, and is one of the rare games that I found myself replaying to get a higher rank. This game is very fast-paced and is meant to be played over and over. You might die or do really shitty at a level, but in the demo, the levels are short enough that you won't mind replaying a level until you get good at it. In fact, your autism will force you to replay levels because they're so damn fun. I think a huge part of the fun comes from being so overpowered. The screen can feel really chaotic at times with obstacles and enemies, but you're never ill-equipped. Enemies can't always be one-shotted, but that adds to the challenge and fun. The game feels pretty well balanced, and if you get hit or die, it's very much your own damn fault. While I enjoyed my time with the demo, there were a few things that really stuck out to me in terms of optimal fun. There are these auto-scroll sections that have Neon running straight. You have to avoid obstacles, leap over pits, attack enemies, parry, collect green corn chips. It feels really fun and satisfying, especially when you replay it to get good at it. Also, the boss fights are another highlight for me. They provide a fair enough challenge that doesn't feel overly easy or frustratingly hard. I imagine things will ramp up in the full game, but the demo is a nice way to introduce people into this series. Like every game, I do have the fair ones with a few aspects of the game though. The first being is the way this game tells its story. Dialogue between characters is through on-screen text, and unfortunately, it's also during levels, when shit is moving faster than your limited brain can comprehend. Like, I can't read all the shit and keep track of all the enemies, obstacles, my health, my parry energy, my overdrive, and the character spouting plot points on screen. A game like this either needs voice acting during the levels, or cutscenes for players to sit back and watch the plot unfold, which thinking about this at the time of recording would probably create good pacing for the game. Now, this does seem like a game you can play without caring about the plot, but the little bit of story my uncoordinated mind was able to pick up on was extremely interesting. Like, I wanted to know more about this world and its characters. Now, I'm not going to go into the plot here because I want people to also experience this game for themselves, but I see really good potential in this game's story, and I'm excited to see how it all plays out and unfolds itself. The integration of the green corn chips you collect and the importance of them to the story had me wanting to learn more about this world. I love when video games do stuff like that. It makes me feel invested and creates this experience that feels full and well thought out. It makes me care all that much more about what's happening on the screen and the character I'm playing as, along with their goals and the means they'll go through to achieve said goals. The other thing that kind of bothered me while playing was the weird parallaxing of the tower in the levels. It seems these towers will be the end goal of each area, and the way they scroll on screen kinda sucks as they scroll at the speed with you. Now, as an animator, this just might be a me problem, but it made the experience kind of feel amateurish and unfinished. I'd watched a video on the developer's YouTube channel that showcased another area of the game with another background tower that did the same thing. In reality, it's probably a small thing to most, but it's a little bit of a huge deal to my perfectionistic soul. It looks bad. But outside of those few minute things, at least from what I can remember, the demo was a blast. Also, did I mention that the creator of the game, CryoGX, is black? As a black content creator myself, this shit really hypes me up when other creators similar to myself put out absolute bangers into the world. I don't know how many people can relate to this, but there's this really odd sense of camaraderie and aspiration when I see stuff like this being produced, especially the fact that CryoGX is developing the game all on his own. I love it, dude, keep up the great work. I think the game is set to release this year in 2024, as I heard in a promo video on Cryo's YouTube page, but this might have changed since that video was published. Anyways, I want you all to go download the demo and go experience this shit for yourselves. Go support CryoGX. He's been working really hard on what seems to be his dream creation. I love this shit so much, and I can't wait to experience the full game. If Cryo himself is watching, I want to say awesome job so far, and I'm proud of you for putting your original IP out into the world. I hope you'll consider the voice acting thing, or at least the cutscene suggestion, since small brain people like me can't read and play at the same time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see me cover Advent Neon in the future, and maybe explore other awesome indie games made by cool people you don't know about. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.